we're going to have another look at Antarctica. There's some interesting places to explore there, so let's go. First up is these strange structures lined up. I'm not quite sure what they are, and they do look rather weird. And if we zoom right in, it looks like a couple of them contain red lights. Very odd. Some kind of comm system or other electronic devices, beacons of some sort. If we stay in this area but look back at the historical images, then we see this rather strange scene. Tracks and markings in the snow and what appears to be blood. Kind of looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What could this be? Could the red stuff be red diesel or some other chemical? It's all rather strange. Then back to the present day and the towers. So let's have a look at this patch here. There's some red shapes which are actually ruins. If we go back in time, we can see a base here with several buildings. Some kind of pink rocks there and a yellow pool. And if we come back to the present, it definitely looks to be abandoned. So let's look at something else. This place just looks a bit odd, with a dark shadow and strange pastel colours. Kind of makes me think of ice cream. Now let's look over here. And we have what appears to be steps in the rock. Just some kind of random steps going up the side of a mountain. What could they be? Next we're going to have a look at this strange formation in the rock, which looks like a fish. It's probably just natural, but it definitely has a fishy shape, and also a dolphin shaped rock is there next to it. Here's some interesting formations in the ice, which some people believe to be a spacecraft of some sort. But I think it's probably just natural ice formations. The shape is just too uneven. Next we have another strange ice formation. All perfectly natural, I'm sure, but it does look rather cool, with some vibrant blue coloration. Here we have some tracks in the ice. Again, probably just a natural phenomenon, but it does look rather interesting. Next we're going back to the site of what people claim is a crashed UFO with tanks. I'm not sure about that, but if we go back in time and look at his historical images there, definitely been a fair bit of activity in the area. Some stuff going on there. And here we have what seems to appear to be tanks. Then back to the present day. Over here is a base, and the historical images show that it goes all the way back to at least 1993. So there's been activity in this area for a long time. So now let's look at some strange shapes in the ice. Here we have a square right angle of ice which looks kind of odd. And over here, a very uniform square patch in the ice. Over here is another hole in the ice which looks kind of interesting too. Let's have another look at the famous face. It does look cool, and if we measure it, it's very large at about 800 meters by 550. And if we go back and look at the historical images, it seems like these markings have been there for some time, which is strange, as I would have thought they might have been covered by fresh snow or blown away by the wind. Maybe there's something underneath there. So let's have another look at this strange cave entrance with the steps. It's about 45 meters high and about 55 meters wide. But it doesn't show up on the historical images and is covered by snow. Next we have another hole. It looks like a kind of chasm going into the depths of the earth. Here is a random orange boat, and it looks like a small base over here where it is headed to. I mean, it must be kind of strange being out there in the middle of nowhere. Some cool patterns in the snow here, perfectly natural I'm sure, but looks rather interesting, like leopard print. There's some very cool geology in Antarctica. And over here we have a nice rock which someone has photographed. Looks a bit like Ayers Rock in Australia. I hope you enjoyed our tour of Antarctica. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe.